Hello everyone, welcome back. In my last few videos, I see people asking me about the automation testing, mostly the manual tester. They keep asking me that how to switch to automation testing. Like they have done manual, but they don't know the exactly what to do to get to the automation or what exactly to follow. So I thought of creating a video for them so that I can explain what exactly and what the approach you have to follow to switch from manual testing to automation. Now, the first thing, the most important thing is that you need to know is benefits of automation testing. So first, you need to understand why exactly the automation testing is needed, why everyone asks you to move from manual to automation. So these are a few points that you need to know. The first one is automation testing increase test coverage. Now in manual, it's like you're restricted to some point that okay, you can test this much this way. But here, it's like it increase the test coverage. You can write as many as tests you want, you can, and the test execution is faster because here you write test in form of quotes. The test performed is more accurate because it gives you the exact output because it's not based on some assumptions. It's like it's completely based on code, so it perform the complete process. Automation helps the tester to focus on more complex and critical test scenario. So here you can go with the more complex situations where you can't handle with the manual thing. Fifth is to perform tasks that cannot be done by manual tester. So there are a few things if you are from manual tester, there are a few things that a manual tester can't do. So that we can do through automation testing. That's why it's needed to know. Now eliminate human errors. Basically, if human is doing a testing process, there is chances of error. But when you are doing the same thing through the code, I think that will eliminate the errors. Now, the best thing here is like you can reuse the test cases. So once the test case written, you can reuse it as many times you want. And at last, automation provide automated reporting facility and it's easier to use. So here you can generate the reports as well of the test that you are performing. So basically, these are the few points that you have to keep in mind when you are doing automation testing. That's the reason behind why you are doing automation testing. Now, the best thing is how to approach automation testing. That's one of the most important question. So see, at this point, you have to understand basically what exactly is needed for automation testing and how you have to approach for that. So you need to select a preferred language. Now there are multiple options like Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby. So these are different languages that supports automation testing. And I say that supports one of the best automation testing tool is Selenium. So you have your choices that from here you can select any one of them. So I would say like Java is the most easiest one to grab, or like that's the basic thing that you will understand, and you will find it easy to write codes from here. So you can select any one of this. Mostly in demand is Java and Python these days, so both are in demand. So you can select a language from here out of these two, and you have many more options. But yeah, if you want to be a if you are very good with codings, then you can go with C Sharp and Ruby. But Java and Python, outside you prefer any one of them out of these two. Now then you need to decide the tools which you are going to use. If you talk about Selenium, Selenium is another testing tools. Appium is also a testing tool. And at the same time, you have a Postman platform that's used for API testing. So basically, out of these tools, you have to decide that which one you have to go for. It's like that's your decision that you have to decide that, okay, this one I'll go. Now I'll tell you the users, I'll tell you why I'm talking about these three different tools and how they are differ. I'll tell you in the next slides. Right now, you have to decide any one of them. After that, you have to explore the frameworks. Every language has its own frameworks. So you need to know that, okay, once you have learned the basics, when you are familiar with the basic things, it's very important to go for the frameworks because you will be writing the codes in industry in the real time format, and that will be in form of the frameworks. So it's very important to know any one of the frameworks that is mentioned here. So if you learn Selenium, it's very important to know Selenium frameworks and TestNG. If you learn Appium, then also you have the frameworks, Appium frameworks, you have to learn that. Again, when you are doing API, in that case, also the frameworks part is important. Cucumber is also a part of testing. Robot frameworks is basically that for one who prefer using Python, it's for them. So it's like that. And after that, a live project. And most of these are like the live projects. You can pick any of these live projects. You'll find multiple of them in the website, or like in Google. When you go for, you'll find multiple of the websites there. So just search e-learning website. e-commerce website or health website. These are the few common websites that you will come across in your real-time projects. So it's better you get prepared for that from beforehand. Now, I said I'll talk about those Selenium, Appium, and test Postman so that you can understand that which testing tools to go for. The first one is Selenium. Basically, it's an open source automated testing tools used to test web applications across various browsers. So that's the important point. Selenium is used to test the website applications, that means the web pages. So it enables testers to write automated tests in various programming language. So to test the functionalities of web application. Selenium test can be run on many different browsers and operating systems. So that means Selenium is a testing tools that's used to test the website. Now when we come to the next one, that is Appium. Appium is an open source automated mobile testing tools which is used to test the applications. So Appium is very much similar to Selenium WebDriver testing tools, but here this is used for mobile testing, not for automation testing, not for website testing. It's used for mobile testing. Okay. Now comes the next one, that is API testing. So Postman is basically a platform for API testing. So here, if you want to perform API testing, now if you'll say what is API, so it's an application program interface where you pass the data in form of API links. So before making those API links live, you need to test those API links on a platform that's a Postman. So Postman, basically, this is the platform that we use for testing the API. So you need to know about this just to perform the testings. So these are three different sections. First one was for basically the websites, Appium was for the mobile applications, and API testing is for the APIs. Now at conclude, you see what's the reason behind that if a manual tester switch to automation testing, gets fluency with the programming language, select the automation tool, plan and design the automation frameworks that already I mentioned. At the end, you need to study about the course source code management. That's basically the GitHubs and all. So you have to strategize all your concepts and then plan accordingly and learn automation. So trust me, learning automation is very easy. Just the thing is, you need to know the right path. And I hope I've explained all of this in this video. So see you in next video with some new exciting topics. Till then, stay tuned. Bye bye. Thank you.